Scorpio, welcome in. This is your July overview. We're going to take a look and see what's going on for you guys. It's a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Roles can always be reversed. Let me put my stuff over here. There we go. So, let's see what it is that you guys need to know for this month. What do you need to know this month? All right. You got Five of Wands here in the reverse, followed by the Death card. I feel like you guys are definitely going through some major changes during July. There's a huge shift that's happening within you, but I feel like also around you as well. There's some changes that are happening around you. That it's like if you've been having complications in certain areas of your life, that is going to be alleviated in some way, shape, or form. Less complications, less challenges. Look at this. Three of Pentacles. It's almost like the green light is being given for you to start like receiving collaboration, cooperation with people, building towards something that you've been having your eye on. So I feel like a lot is starting to shift in July. You're going to see some results. Okay. All right. Let's see what else for Scorpio. What else for Scorpio? All right. You might stop talking to somebody. Or maybe you've already stopped talking. Is this past energy or present? It's past energy. Okay. So there's a couple of messages that I got here. Now, if you've stopped communicating with someone either because it was like too much of a burden or if you yourself got busy because of that, I feel like there's healing in the connection that you have. There's some sort of relationship that's here. I do feel like this isn't just platonic. I feel like this might be actual like love, romantic healing here. Okay. So there's some sort of wish fulfillment. Now, if this is not in relation to healing a connection, this is healing like I feel almost like this is work related or some sort of specific goal that you had in mind, something that you were wanting to move ahead on, but felt like you couldn't because there were too many obstacles and obligations that were in the way. There's healing in that. Like the issues that you may have had, they come to an end. So this is kind of reiterating what I just said earlier about the whole, like any type of challenges, they're about to be removed for you. But I love the star card because that means that you guys are getting something that you want. All right. Anything else for Scorpio? You got Empress in the reverse, followed by the Hierophant in the reverse. Ten of Cups in the reverse. Five of Swords in the reverse. Somebody's trying to play in your face, and you're not appreciating that too much. I feel like there's somebody here who's almost trying to they're trying to knock you down a peg. They want you to feel like you're less than whoever this person is. Like they're playing head games with you, or attempting to anyway. So keep a lookout for that. It's almost as though they don't want you to expand. They want to keep you stuck in this bubble. You may need to let go of somebody after you see the truth about them. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go on to career and see what's going on there. All right, what's going on for career for Scorpio? Career for Scorpio, what's going on? Career, Scorpio. Page of Swords, followed by the Sun card. What is that? Because I almost feel like you're trying to, you're building something in secret. Three of Pentacles. You got the Sun card here in the reverse. You also have the Page of Swords. I feel like this is something you don't want people to know that you're doing. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Four sword. Because if people knew the truth or they knew what you were doing, they would try it would create issues. It would create some sort of unrest. Like it would create an issue. Why? Nine of Wands. I don't know, but you're protecting it. You feel like you need to be very guarded about whatever it is. So some of you might be getting like you might be either looking for a new job, about to start a new job. You might be building a business. And even if it's not a conflict of interest, whoever you're working for right now may see it as a conflict of interest only because they're haters. And I've seen that. Sometimes it doesn't even go against the guidelines and they'll still try to fire and say, oh yeah, well it did go against it, and lie. So whatever this is, I feel like you're protecting it. All right, give me more. You feel very protective of it. Because also they could just try to let you go just altogether. You know, places are so weird about that type of shit. Like they want you to be loyal, but you could walk in and lose your job. Ain't no loyalty when you're making money for other people. You got the Three of Wands here, followed by the Ace of Cups. Some sort of, sorry if you can hear my grass is getting cut. There's something that you've been waiting on, some sort of offer or opportunity that you've been waiting on. I do feel like this is something that you feel emotionally tied to. I also feel like this has something to do with what you're creating as well. So I feel like there is something that is coming in for you that you have been waiting on. Temperance in the reverse. So yeah, because you've been getting very antsy and impatient, but you've also been trying not to like overthink and create more issues or create more stress than you need to, because like everything is in divine timing. Okay. Anything else to do with career for Scorpio? Knight of Swords in the reverse. Four of Pentacles. It's just reiterating this information about you like receiving something, things flowing a lot easier for you when it comes to your career. You waiting for some sort of information and then it finally like almost, it's like because you release to the universe, then whatever it is that you've been waiting for, you receive. So love that for you. Doesn't look bad at all, except for like having to keep shit secret because you got haters. But it is what it is. All right, so Scorpio, what's going on with your current love situation? Let's see. Let's see. How's this person thinking and feeling about Scorpio in the month of July? Knight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Why? I feel like this person is slowly distant, like it feels like a slow progression into individuality versus coming together. Like I don't know if this person was distancing themselves or they needed to heal something, and that's kind of what they've been on at this time. But it's like they're really okay. When I say this, it's not the negative way of saying it, but it's more so of like I feel like this person is very into themselves. They're very self-centered at this time. And it feels like it's because at the bottom of the deck, you have the Lovers here in the reverse. They can't make a choice. They can't make a choice about you, or they can't make a choice. Give me more. Page of Cups. Oh my gosh. Okay. Knight of Cups in the reverse. That's what it is. All right. Because they couldn't make a choice. And hold on just one second. Sorry about that. The reason why This person is, I'm just going to repeat because I had to pause. The reason why this person is feeling like they need to separate, distance themselves, just kind of coming into themselves individually, is because it's almost like they're straddling the fence, can't make a choice, can't make a decision on what they want to do. It is because this person has to grow, okay? They literally have to grow in order for them to be with you. And they know this. This is something that they are very aware of. But they're slow to it, okay? And so that's where the problem lies. So I feel like this person, look at this. And I just said they have to grow. And then boom, look at that. You have the World card here in the reverse, followed by the Death card. This person has not let go. They haven't closed the door on this situation, but they have individualized themselves or distanced themselves. It's almost like their growth is just taking a long time. So for some of you, Scorpio, you haven't even been in like real communication with this person, or things have been so stuck because this person, now they could be another Scorpio, or they could be a fixed sign, because you have Death for Scorpio. You have the World card, that's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. It could be a fixed sign. You got Gemini here too, but I feel more fixed energy, to where it's like a slow progression, very slow moving. You know, fixed signs, they are slow. And so you have that there. This person, they're coming into themselves. They're trying to understand themselves more as far as like what they want, what they need, and they're growing. But it's at a snail's pace. So how are you thinking and feeling in the month of July? Lord have mercy. It feels like you are stuck when it comes to this person. I feel like you're stuck. You have that Hanged Man that's here, but I also feel like, in a sense, you're stuck, but you're also doing other things. So it's not that you're solely focused on this person. I feel like you're still growing. You're still building your empire. You're still doing the things that you need to do. Remember, we talked about this in career. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all, are building something massive. And I've been saying this since fucking last year. For the ones that's OGs, y'all already know. I've been on y'all's neck about this thing that you guys are creating. And so I feel like what keeps you grounded and what keeps you level-headed, and yes, you're a fixed sign too, but I feel like you're waiting on another fixed sign, because you're light years ahead of them when it comes to the emotional intelligence and the maturity and growth. So you're having to wait for someone else to kind of catch up. And now let me also say this: you don't have to wait for nobody. For the ones of y'all are choosing this, y'all are choosing it, and that's perfectly fine. You can choose to not close that chapter because you feel in your heart that something is going to, that like, maybe this is one of those ones where it's like, I feel that this is really meant to be, and it's not a toxic connection. Let's put emphasis on that. It's not toxic. It's not that you're stuck because you're trauma bonding with someone, but you're keeping busy. Like you're building, you're growing, you're doing things. You got the Magician here, you got the Justice card, you have the Chariot. You're not stagnant in a sense of, I'm waiting for this person. I feel like you're more so observing this person, but you haven't closed the door on them either. So, but I mean, you're keeping a healthy balance of like making sure that life continues to move. And I feel like it is moving. I feel like you're very empowered, you're grounded, and you're trudging ahead when it comes to what you got going on. Let me see. How else do you feel about this person? Queen of Swords in the reverse. Four of Swords. You're not really sure what you want to do with them. I feel like that's why you're not necessarily saying, okay, it's closed, I'm done for good. I think you're just allowing it to just be. You're allowing yourself to heal too. So, all right. What can Scorpio expect from this person in the month of July? What can Scorpio expect from this person in the month of July? Six of Swords, Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and Ten of Cups. Love it. Okay. July, you may start to see some progress between the two of you, not them just being an individual, but them actually being able to, they're coming back around to smooth things over with you, and not smooth things over like, oh, let me just try to fix it. No, what I feel like they're doing is let's get out of the choppy waters. Let's get out of the problems that we had in the past, and let's move forward to calmer, happier times. This person wants to be included into your life. So I feel like there's possibly more consistency from this person, albeit it's going to be slow. I can't reiterate that enough. It's going to be slow. You have the Ten of Cups here as well. I do feel like at the end of the day, for the people that I'm talking to, that this resonates heavily with, at the end of the day, I do feel like you guys will end up being happy. I just think that this person needed to grow up. And I think that this person was running from growing up. And I also feel like life knocked them upside the head in order for them to wake up. So, to me, that feels like it's in your favor. I mean, and theirs too, but you know what I'm saying. All right, let's go to my single life Scorpios. Single life Scorpios. If you were a single Scorpio, and hell, even if that's your current situation, you could still be considered a single Scorpio. So technically you would be. All right, for my single Scorpios, what's going on for you? Single Scorpios, what's going on for you? What's going on for single Scorps? Scorpio. Oh, all right. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Queen of Swords in the reverse. I feel like for some of y'all are kind of emotionally unavailable. Not really sure what you want. You may know that you want to grow with someone, but I also feel like you're still kind of discovering what it is that you're wanting specifically. Give me more. Oh. Oh. Okay. You single Scorpios, you got somebody that's wanting to connect with you. You have Three of Cups here. This could be old, but this could also be new. I do feel like there's a love offer that's coming in. And I do think that this is coming out of nowhere. I don't think you expect this at all. You have Sagittarius, Pisces energy there. Give me one. Full card in the reverse. Seven of Swords. You don't trust it though. You feel like there may be an ulterior motive. So it's like you're very cautious about this person. Why do you feel that way in general? Temperance. Nine of Swords. Hermit. Nine of Temperance. Devil. Six of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. This is I feel like this is something that's new. I feel like this is divinely orchestrated, whoever this person is that's coming in. But I also feel like it stresses you out. The connection stresses you out because you've had connections where it feels so intoxicating that you're giving and they're giving, and you both are obsessed with each other, but they're short-lived. And I feel like you are like, what if it's one of those again? Let me see. Is it going to be short-lived? I might as well ask. Is this going to be short-lived? King of Cups. Eight of Swords in the reverse. Page of Swords. Seven of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Oh, Knight of Pentacles. No, but I do feel like it's going to develop slowly. I feel like it's going to develop slowly. I do feel like you're not wanting to repeat a cycle. And that's the reason as to why it's going to develop slowly. It really could honestly go either way. I'm not getting that it's short-lived, and I'm not getting that it's long-term. I'm getting that, if anything, you're not necessarily self-sabotaging, but I do feel like you are coming about this very cautiously, and anything that feels familiar to you, you're going to completely drop. I don't even see you wasting your time. You're looking for, like, you're keeping yourself open, but you're also acknowledging the fact that I will drop this at a at a moment's notice. Um so I feel like more so than anything, you're just gonna observe this person. I don't think you're gonna go charging in. I honestly don't even think you're excited about it. But I do feel like you have somebody here that the universe put into your path for a reason. And I feel like it's to show you something. So show you something that's different. Because I do feel like you're entering into a new cycle. I don't think that this is something that you've experienced before. All right. All signs, their signs for Scorpio. All signs, their sign, Scorpio. All signs, their sign, Scorpio. If you are, hold on. If you are dealing with an Aries, the Aries, okay, if this is a new person, the Aries feels like you were brought into their life for them to have a second chance at love. If this is an old person, they want a second chance, okay? You have somebody here that is waking up to the connection with you. If you are dealing with a Taurus, the Taurus feels like this is a waste of time. They don't want to waste any more time. So I don't know what's going on with that. If you're dealing with a Gemini, the Gemini wants things to continue the way that they are. If you're dealing with a Cancer, the Cancer, you're gonna find out they're gonna express something to you that they kept from you. Let's hope that it's something that's positive. I don't know, because it's going to range differently for everybody. If you are dealing with a Leo, the Leo feels like they have unfinished business with you. If you're dealing with a Virgo, the Virgo feels like you're right up their alley, like you're perfect for them, like you guys mesh very well. If you are dealing with a Libra, you stress this Libra out. They're very stressed out by you. If you're dealing with another Scorpio, the Scorpio is either immature, or they feel like you're immature. If you, and basically they just need to grow. They're needing to grow emotionally. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, the Sagittarius wants to spend money on you, because I just heard spend that shit. So they want to spend money on you. They want to give to this. They want to give or spend their energy on you. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, they're lying to you. However, they're telling you, however they say they feel about you, that's not the truth. They're masking. They're putting on a facade. If you are dealing with an Aquarius, the Aquarius is obsessed with you. If you are dealing with a Pisces, the Pisces doesn't know where this is going. So whether it's your energy that's kind of confusing them, or they're confused, either way it goes, they don't know what direction this is going. Okay. All right, Scorpio, that is what I got for you today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Until next time, you guys take care.